Federal government looking to cut $1 billion from the national defense budget. This is the Great White North Report.
I'm in love with the system. Never going home. I'm in love.
Just weeks ago, the government endorsed NATO pledge to hit 2% spending benchmark. What a load of shit that is. Turns out the federal government has found out that they don't have enough money for anything, and they have to cut costs somewhere because they've overspent constantly. And I'm not talking just about giving aid to Ukraine. It's everywhere they've overspent. Wasted money when they didn't need to. But let's look at the article for a minute. So they're looking to cut almost $1 billion from the annual budget of the Department of National Defense. A demand that country's top military commander says is prompting some difficult conversations within the military. Considering that we've gave our last four mortars, almost a third of our tank force, and tons of other equipment to Ukraine right now. Not to mention we have ships laying that need to be built, and submarines that need to be replaced, and fighter jets that need to be replaced. This is not a great time to be cutting defense spending. Russia is continuing to be an ass, and China is going to be a thorn. We're entering a Cold War phase in the world. So Defense Staff General Wayne Eyre and Deputy Minister of Defense Bill Matthews testified and released a joint internal statement warning that the department would be expected to contribute to the federal government's overall plan to reduce spending. I got an idea how you can reduce spending. Cut off all funding to the BLIM, the LGBTQ, the Sikh Organization of Canada, and the Canadian Muslim Organization. All those little groups that get federal funding. We can also cut foreign aid. It's time to stop the beggar mentality among certain countries and make them do their own. So there's no way you can take almost $1 billion out of the defense budget and not have an impact. Eyre told the four-party committee, and something we're wrestling with now. The estimates for 23-24 say the Defense Department's budget for this year is expected to be $26.5 billion. I know that sounds like a lot of money, but when you have to replace almost everything, that's not enough. Defense Minister Bill Blair issued a series of posts on social media denying the budget will be cut, putting himself at odds with his two most senior officials. Spending has increased year after year under our government. Yes, it has, but that spending growth will continue. But so is our GDP. Fine wage savings on things like consulting and travel, but overall spending on defense will continue to grow. The only other thing we can do is stop all the peacekeeping missions that we have and advisors. We'll probably have to reduce what we can do with NATO training exercises. Things like that. So the Liberals are in a hard place because their 2017 defense policy and budgets, including a 20-year, $38 billion plan to modernize NORAD, which had been allowed to lapse ever since the collapse of the Soviet Union, and is now deemed to be needed again. Another possible area reduction, the number of professional service contracts the department issues. And again, where are the planned cuts, which had not been specified because weeks after the Liberal government agreed with other NATO allies on a pledge to make the alliance's defense spending benchmark at 2% of gross domestic product, an enduring commitment. Canada will not reach that goal. And how are we going to meet the ongoing threats if we keep cutting defense? And we haven't invested in our armed forces in quite a long time. So Treasury Board President Anita Anands, who used to be the defense minister, told other federal cabinet ministers in August they would be required to cut $15.4 billion in government spending. They had until October 2nd to present their ideas. She wants to ensure the money was spent wisely while delivering the key government promises such as dental and childcare, which are two things the NDP pushed the Liberals into. See, the NDP don't get it. They think they can spend money like water and deficit spend indefinitely. And we got to balance our books somewhere. The money's got to come somewhere. Now, do I agree with the dental and childcare? Hey, I never used it. I always had a job where I had benefits at work. And childcare, I made sacrifices. Both me and my wife did. We didn't use childcare that much. We both took turns doing stuff. I worked a lot of midnight hours just so I was home for the kids during the day. I have one lady at work. She's single, raised 2 kids on her own. She did all the overtime and still was able to provide for her kids. Other people should do the same thing, other than getting freebies from the government. So there's other ways we can cut spending. I would take it right from foreign aid. I'm so tired of sinking money into black holes. Countries that no matter how much money we give them, it's never enough. Haiti being one of them. Ethiopia, South Sudan. I don't know why the hell we're still giving money to China, Iran, Pakistan, Afghanistan. We don't need to give them any more money. Forget it. That's where you take your money from. Foreign aid. There's $8 billion right there in 2021. I don't know what they did in 2022 and 2023 because the numbers haven't been released yet of exactly where things went. But we can definitely get rid of a lot of them because it doesn't work. It's irresponsible of us to give free money without any sign of improvement. So I'm not in favor of any budget cuts to the military. In fact, I'd rather increase our military spending. And I'm sure we can cut money from other places. There are so many more useless programs. And we have a bloated bureaucracy in our government. So I don't know. Any Canadians out there, let me know what you guys think of any budget cuts to the military. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Leave comments in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Until next time, this has been the Great White North Report.
I'm in love